guys, I'm Sync.
And I'm Echo.
And we're back once again playing Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations. Last episode we started our first time in court as Phoenix Wright. We've met Godot, the prosecutor with a caffeine addiction, love for coffee, and decided Cyclops' one red band for his laser beam wasn't good enough. I'll have 3 on mine. So, in this episode, we're going to hear about girl Luke Atme's testimony on what he witnessed after Gumshoe went through his testimony and, well, according to Godot, proved his own incompetence, which is, well, it's nothing new for us.
It is nothing new.
So, let's get started. It was approximately 1 o'clock in the morning, just after the date changed. That's usually what happens. That was when my nemesis, the infamous Master Mask, dancingly descended upon me. Just as I began to turn, the coward struck a fierce blow upon my noble head. Darkness swallowed me before I could land a single strike. When I awoke, he was gone. 30 minutes later, I used an emergency phone to notify the police. So, you didn't get a clear look at the criminal. My specially made monocle never misses a thing. However, that is limited to things that fall within my own visual range. But of course, that's only natural. I fail to see why the witness seems so proud of his performance that evening. Well, Sir Old-Timer, let me explain. We are not speaking of any ordinary thief, but of the King of Thieves, the great Mask the Mask, my arch-enemy. And that is my instincts that my years of experience tell me. Very well, proceed with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. What I witnessed.
Okay, let's see. Approximately 1 o'clock, date change. Phantom danced upon me, began to turn. Power struck a blow to the head. Single strike, he was gone. 30 minutes later. Blow to the back of the head.
Before I could land a single strike.
Attacked and knocked unconscious, and you weren't able to do a thing? That's certainly some very impressive detective work.
Well, Sir Lawyer, have you ever been suddenly struck on the head? Yes,
Yeah.
actually.
Flashback to case 1
Yeah.
of Ace Attorney Justice for All. Huh? Well, actually, yes, by a fire extinguisher.
And what happened?
I was knocked out. And you lost your memory, too. Ah!
You see, you have no right to look down on me then, do you? The only reason I didn't lose my memory was because I have more brains to begin with.
He may have brains, but the wiring to the self-reflection part seems to be severed.
In any case, that was how I was knocked senseless, and then...
You didn't see the criminal's face when that happened.
Well, that's the difficult part. How should I put it? I saw the mask. That's all I can really recall. That's not very solid as far as testimony goes. However, fortunately, I had my third monocle, the security camera, at the ready. It captured his image perfectly. This should be sufficient, I believe. Yes. Well, as long as this photo is authentic, I don't see a problem here. Well, Mr. Godot, do you have a problem with the photo?
Didn't we... wait. He said he was knocked out before he could do anything.
Yeah.
So I do have a problem, because if he's knocked out before he could do anything, he couldn't have taken the brooch off, therefore why is the brooch missing?
Bingo! Good. Then let's continue with the testimony. Before a single strike.
Looks looks like... Okay, I swear, it better be this.
No, yeah, you're right. Because it was torn off.
Mr. Atme, could you take a look at this with that special monocle of yours?
Aha! This belongs to the criminal mastermind, my arch nemesis. Did you hear that? I said nemesis. Mask the man, mask. It is, in point of fact, Master Mask's brooch.
It was found on the floor of the basement warehouse. I wonder how that happened.
Elementary, my dear lawyer. Obviously, it wasn't glued on well enough.
Not quite. It clearly shows signs of having been ripped off a piece of clothing.
Ripped off? Ah.
We can only deduce that the thief struggled with someone that night. That's the only thing I can think of. And there's only one person that was in a position to have struggled with the thief. The only person that was on security duty that night, you, Detective Atme.
Oh.
Detective Atme, you have fought with the thief that night. You must have fought with the thief. So why did you lie your testimony to the court?
Witness, giving false testimony is a serious crime. No. Wait a minute. Sir Oldtimer, don't talk to me like that. Don't talk to me like I'm living in a nursing home. I just remembered, Your Honor. I was just confused because I had been dealing with so many cases lately. Sure, yeah. The true measure of a man is the amount of work he does. That is what I always say.
But you have taken no cases before.
Yeah.
Nick, you can only handle one case at a time, isn't that right? You talk too much.
Witness, so you are saying that you and the thief fought? Hold on. That's quite enough, Your Honor. Excuse me?
And a coffee.
Save the big questions for the testimony. That's one of my rules.
This is the testimony.
Indeed, I understand. I, Luke Atme, agree completely. Fight with the thief. Indeed, it is true that I looked away from the door for a brief moment. However, Luke Atme cannot be so easily discombobulated. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon from the side and rendered me senseless. A true gentleman fights only with his own fists, but they were not enough. His first blow struck him true, bam, and that's all she wrote. So, in the end, you did catch a glimpse of Mask the Mask. Correct! It was during his third crime that he struck me from behind. It seems that my memory has become a tad jumbled, so to speak. So, well, that's certainly understandable. I myself always get confused about which testimony goes with which case.
That can't be good. Wait. He said that this was that the fight was with the third case? So easily. Unfortunately, the thief grabbed a weapon and he fights with only his true fist. Not enough. What do you mean by a weapon from the side?
Naturally, the thief had no idea that I, Luke Atme, was hiding in the area. He grabbed the sword from the statue that was standing by the door to the warehouse.
Sword? You mean the sword that was all twisted like a tree branch?
Correct. Fortunately for me, that blade was not sharp.
That sword is not twisted like a tree branch. Because it's not twisted at all.
It's just bent, but...
Okay, so he is talking about the Shito. I can't say that fast. My apology.
So, the thief armed himself with a sword. And what about yourself, witness?
You had that much faith in your own fighting abilities?
Well, of course, in college I was second in charge of the boxing club. I'm sorry, but if I failed to find that appropriately impressive. However, my opponent in the ring this time was my arch nemesis, Mask the Mask.
This guy is a real piece of work.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what happened?
My opponent was both powerful and and vicious. You might say he was powericious.
Powericious?
I assumed the at-me fighting stance, but a sudden flash of light blinded me. That part, of course, was checkmate. My opponent had bested me.
What do I do now? Should I ask more about this?
At-me
You
fighting
were
style?
blinded? So what was this flash of light that blinded you?
I was bathed in a golden light that seemed to come from the statue of that woman.
The statue of Ami Faye, I'm guessing. Well, that wasn't very much help at all. But what do you think, Nick? Well, there's one thing that I'm absolutely sure of now. Yeah? What is it? This look at me guy. He's definitely hiding something. But why? I think I'm starting to figure out what really happened that night. And about the true nature of this detective. Okay. I guess I'll find out about your writing style.
You name everything after yourself, so...
What is this at-me fighting style?
I'm sorry, but that's a trade secret. I really can't tell anymore. But I suppose I can tell you if I absolutely must. The main thing is to put your back to the wall. That way no one can get you behind you.
That's it? That's the at-me fighting style?
Well, Mr. Wright, what about that testimony?
To the wall. Was moved at crime scene.
Well, if you say it was important, it'll be added. He'll get a new line of testimony. So,
If he put his back to the wall, how did he get knocked to the back of the head?
good point.
Of course it's important. We've learned a detective's secret technique after all.
Yes, indeed. I'll remember to use it if I ever take a walk alone late at night.
Why the heck is he eyeballing me like that? It's creeping me out.
Now then, witness. We'll go ahead and add that secret information to your official testimony. I put my back to the wall to fight, but the thief's blow landed upon my third eye.
What is your third eye? Hang on, I need to figure this out before I...
If you remember, he mentions his third eye as the camera.
Yeah, that's... no, he mentioned his third monocle.
His third monocle. Okay, fine.
Where is this third eye you're talking about?
Oh, that's right between my left and right eyebrows. It's quite invisible to the unenlightened, so you may call it a forehead if you like.
Well, why did you say that in the first place?
You are right, yes, he said monocle, but... Sir, lawyer, it looks like the creases on your own forehead are getting deeper.
So Mr. Amy got hit on the forehead then? That's what he says. I got a funny feeling about that. Actually, so do I. Well, what do you think, Nick?
There we go, yeah, it's the same thing.
Well, I'm not sort of thinking, hiding why, because I'm trying to figure out the true nature of this detective.
So it got hit, so he's saying he got hit in the forehead.
But you claim that it was knocked to the back of the head. Detective at me. Your testimony is criminally a house of cards.
What fun this is, sir lawyer. It is truly a pleasure to cross swords with you. And now, once again, you have thrown down the gauntlet at my armored feet.
I believe this is what you said yesterday.
No, the coward must have wormed his way through somewhere, besides the door. Then my arch nemesis struck me on the head, from behind, with this gruesome item here. From behind, huh?
But just now you testified that he struck you on the forehead. I hardly think you could forget where you were hit on the head.
Ugh! It seems I've made another mistake.
Detective Abby, that's not the only strange part of your testimony.
What do you mean by that?
For example, the very fact that you hid the calling card from the police itself is strange. It's almost as if you were afraid they were going to help with security.
Geniuses such as myself have always been misunderstood. How sad.
That's wrong. Objection.
To err is human. To forgive is divine. Humans aren't machines. They have souls, feelings.
Excuse you, have you ever played Nier Automata?
Yeah. They live, they die, they love, they hate. And yes, they even make mistakes.
Nier Automata. Objection is right. Hey, hold on. It's not as pretty as that. Oh my god, what is that black goop? Oh, right. That's coffee. But the way it looked, it didn't look like coffee. It looked like
it's like
sludge.
Straight down, it's still up in the air, so it just falls straight back into the cup.
No, it just looks like sludge. Yeah. Because coffee has a hint of brown to it. It was just black and gray.
Well,
it looks like sludge.
He drinks black coffee.
No, but even black coffee has a hint of brown.
Sure.
I know. When I was younger, I always watched my mom pour coffee, and I watched my dad pour coffee. Even now, it has a hint of brown, even before milk.
Sure.
How do you think it got brown when you pour milk in? It's light in the color. Right.
Yeah. Always chase the riddle down to the end. That's one of my rules. You have a lot of rules, sir.
This is it. This might be my chance to turn things around.
Mr. Wright, what exactly are you asserting?
That he did it. Very well, Your Honor. The defense assert that...
Atme is no ace detective, as a fake. Atme is Mask the Mask.
That's what I was saying, but now that it happened in the first trial day, now I guess it can't be true. The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Luke Atme, true identity is actually Mask the Mask.
Yeah!
We saw him without that monocle.
Order in the court, Mr. Wright. What's the meaning of this?
There are too many unnatural parts of Mr. Atme's story. He says he was hiding in a crime scene, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last case, he managed to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure.
That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made it an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up the clues and police overlooked in order to arrive at...
Oh, please. The only explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atme. The truth is that you are in fact Mask the Mask.
Yeah, but Mr. Wright, this photo clearly shows Mask the Mask. The security camera belongs to Lordy Taylor's department store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it.
He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed as the thief and stole the urn.
So, the ace detective is actually an ace thief. Is a true witness? Ha! Oh, Master Mask's MO is pure genius, and so am I. Look at me, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I'm impressed, sir lawyer. What? Witness, you're admitting it?
Nick, now's your chance.
Yeah.
Yes, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. Detective Atme, when you assumed the thief's identity, did we just get slapped? Oh my gosh! He threw his coffee on us! I didn't even know it was gonna be a thing!
Godot Blend 102. My personal favorite.
Look at Phoenix's face!
Mr. Godot!
He's like, I got coffee thrown at me.
The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There is only one problem. It simply isn't true. But Mr. Godot, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of a whole cloth. But it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt, Mr. Trite. If this detective really is the thief, then show us some proof of your claim. But it better be hot and perfect as the coffee dripping down your face. Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. This court would like to see this decisive proof you have, quickly.
Huh? Oh, yes, of course. Well, what's the big rush? Are you alright, Nick? You just got hot coffee thrown at your face.
Yes.
Abby looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can, but can I really do it? The decisive evidence that proves Mr. Look At Me is, in fact, Master Mass. I don't think we have anything to tie him. Wait. Could it be the album? Well, actually, I didn't realize this thing had text. Not at all. Purloin most priceless work of art on take a respectful arm, won't you? Yours truly, Master Mass. Cause the album is top secret and he knows about it. Cause he's whatever, but it's not disclosed to public eye, whatever. Do we have something to like him?
Do we?
I feel like the album isn't the right line of thinking. We have that. Wait, did the camera take a picture every time one goes in?
Goes in
and out?
And out. Yes, whenever it's
Then
open.
how come we only have one? If they went in, we only have the one that goes out.
Correct.
But if they went out, then when did they come in?
Yeah.
We don't have that one.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's not this. That's not this at all. That's a question that I have to investigate. That thing was moved. No, that doesn't really tie him. That doesn't really tie him. Not that either. Not at all. I don't think we have anything to tie him. Unless the calling card thing was correct. But, you know, I don't... The same evidence I assume will be the urn. Which we did not found, quote unquote, yet. Quote unquote.
Don't know yet, yeah.
We don't know where it is yet. I suspect it was in that bag we saw yesterday, but, you know, I could also be wrong about that.
Has yet to be found.
But it has yet to be found. Proof? Of course, I've got nothing.
Ha! Just what I thought. A man has to hold his head up high, no matter how bad things get, after all. I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion.
This is no good. I gotta stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove this guy is the thief. Don't give up, Nick. Dig harder and try again. It's no good. I'm just not ready yet. But are you going to just give up and let us lose this?
So you've come to your senses, have you, Mr. Lawyer?
Mia, I can't think of a counterattack at all.
It seems that the cause of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted. Mr. Godot, if you have anything further.
Hold it!
What? Who?
Oh!
Who are you?
That doesn't really matter right now, does it? Miss always gives me...
Yeah.
It's supposed to be Mrs.
Yeah, right.
Mrs. Delight, what are you doing here? Nicky boy, the thing you've been looking for. I think I found it. What?
You mean that bag?
No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well, what? Wait a minute. Something's wrong here. It says Ami, it is not cracked!
That's...
The sacred urn! Nick, it's the urn!
Order! Hugh, madam! That urn, where'd you find it?
You never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective. Look at me.
Oh,
that's Dizzy. You're the best. Oh, I didn't know what voice to give him there. That's not correct. Did he fix it? Wait, did Adrian Andrews fix it? Because it's not broken. Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atme? What? What is this? No matter what you do, those cracks are not going to disappear. You may be able to rearrange the Amy back to normal, but those cracks would not disappear.
Unless you repainted it.
Would it really though? I don't know, it repainted. You see a little indent for where the paint goes in, the crack.
Yeah.
Those cracks would not disappear.
Found in the office of Luke Atme. Has pink splotches all over it.
I like how she was like, I need to find evidence to get my Ronnie out of suspicion, and went into his office and was like, what's this?
Yeah.
I kind of don't want to suspect her, but like, why the hell did she do that? I don't know, I like to think that she's just out looking for shit because to free her husband.
Yeah.
I just like to think that, but like at the same time, Ace Attorney has taught me not to trust people.
Ace Attorney is why I have trust issues.
No, the Trump administration is why I have trust issues. Okay, right, I'm in court records. Or even you are going to have a hard time weaseling out this one.
Ha! Pathetic.
It's a replacement, right? It's not real, right?
Mr. Gata, have you something that you wish to say? Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly time changed. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad.
I don't think that should be the case in courtroom. Because if that is the case, then everyone would just get arrested and tried for murder.
Well, I mean, you can be taken by your word, but it doesn't mean you can't be proved that you're lying. You're still denying it, that Mr. Atme was involved. Before casting aspirations at Detective Atme, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree. Desiree Delight, is that correct?
Yes. What about it?
Ha! How charming. The lengths that a woman is going to go to save her husband is truly inspiring.
But what are you insinuating?
As the wife of a criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere.
Objection! We saw that bag yesterday. We felt it. But they're not gonna take our word for it because we're defense. They never take our words for it. Ew! Stop spraying that thing! Before, when you drew it at Phoenix's head, it was the nice shade of brown. That is just black goop.
Including the office of the good detective here. So, if you found the urn, what does that prove? It certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it.
What? I just brought it here from the detective office.
Please, madam. This town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy that we have witnessed to.
You're wrong. I would never do such a thing. Mrs. Delight. Please, Nicky boy, you gotta help me talk some sense into these people. There must be some way. I've got to prove that urn was actually in the Atme Detective Agency. Fingerprint on the urn! Cause we touched it.
Yeah, good.
We touched it.
Yeah.
With our hands. Our fingerprint would be on urn.
Yeah, very good job. Yeah.
I could prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it.
Fingerprints, huh? Oh, come now. You're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed. May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, I was who was last guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I am always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence for anything. Of anything. Well, what about Mr. Wright? This witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway.
Nick, what are you going to do now? I've come too far to turn back now. Atme must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday, and there I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprint of this person should be on the urn. Mr. Phoenix Wright!
So, what is all this fuss about fingerprints anyway?
Mr. Atme, do you recall the events of yesterday? Hey, Nick! Come on! Open it up!
Hey, wait a minute. We could just open his private property.
Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation. Well, what's in there?
Hang on a second. I'm taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kind of hard and smooth.
But that's the thing. Why is it fixed? Did Adrian Andrews, like, put some sort of magical thing? Oops, I bumped the mic. The magical thing that, like, makes the thing all smooth again? She just repainted over it or something?
Well, hello there. Hello there.
It's true that I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at the time, but I did touch what was inside.
What? You touched it?
And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard.
Well, that was just...
A bowling ball?
I mean, it could.
Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proves that the urn was in Detective Atme's office.
Objection.
Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it?
Or did you just not hear me?
Of course it does. What did you say?
Did you just not listen to anything I just said right now? Not what I said. It was what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said.
Exhibition?
Exhibition. I polished it until it was just glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was yesterday at the Atme Detective Agency.
Ah! This blend. Go out blend number 7. I've decided. It's a little too bitter after all.
He's smoking. His mask is smoking. Cyclops, I think you better go see Dr. Xavier about that. That's
Or
really
Beast.
bad.
Or Beast.
Beast?
Yeah, he's usually
he the one who-
he's usually a tech guy.
Okay, see Dr. Xavier or Beast about that because your mask shouldn't be smoking if you want control of your laser visions.
Order! 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 I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn and... Wait! Wait a moment, Your Honor! There's no need for that. No need, you say? Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn. Well, what are you saying?
Yes, I finally broke him down. Is he now saying that we're the
Take a
one?
good look, everyone! Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one myself. Here I am, the tragic clown.
This guy is nuttier than a fruitcake.
You see, it was me all along. I'm the one and only Master Mask.
He's really unhinged right now. I don't like that look on his face. Maya, stay back. If Pearl's with you, keep her safe.
I hope you all enjoyed my little performance.
Is that just him saying he couldn't find any work, so he had to make someone up in order to get work?
Well, Mr. Godot, what's Atme's condition? He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be. Well, it looks like the matter has been settled. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, besmirching him with the title of thief.
There's more to this because we have not even talked about the blackmail. Nick, you were right after all.
Yeah, I guess Mr. Delight wasn't really the thief. The court finds the defendant, Ron Delight.
Hold it. You're wrong. It's wrong, I tell you. I mean, not exactly wrong so much, but actually not right is what I'm really trying to say. Oh no, he's not. This can't be happening. Flashback to Rise from the Ashes. The thief, the sneaky, odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures. It's me. It's him. I'm the one you want. I'm the thief. I tell you. So do it. Pronounce me guilty, please. I still don't believe him.
I don't know what kind of kangaroo court you all think this is, but
the true identity of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry and pass judge. What are you talking about? I've already confessed. I'm the thief, I tell you.
Mr. Goddard, please don't just stand there drinking coffee. Huh. Hey there, Mr. Thief.
Yes, sir.
If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean.
If you are the mask, then prove it. What? That's what it means.
Yes, sir. I'll be happy to. He said he'd be happy to, Nick. It's kind of cute. He's 100% committed to his fantasy. What? This is not cute at all!
Good boy. Just remember one thing. A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man.
23. I know that. I won't fail. I swear. What?
Okay then, talk. We're all listening. Oh well. Let's all have a listen to this confession. Alright guys, in the next episode we will hear about Mask the Mask's identity from Ron Delight. We will see you guys then.
Bye.